This video is sponsored by Mecha Japan, your one-stop shop to finding rare or very rare Japanese items. Since his introduction in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, Silver has been a rather popular character in the Sonic the Hedgehog fanbase. Known for his most infamous line, "It's no use!" Since that time period, Silver has not been a playable character as much as many fans would like him to be, which is why so many are clamoring for a spin-off title featuring this character. And to be totally honest with you, I'm one of those people. But as I look back on the history of Silver the Hedgehog, I noticed some pretty bad inconsistencies. Ones that kind of make this character a lot different than how he used to be, and to be honest, it's not for the better. So when Silver was made, there was a script made for his character specifically for Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 that describes Silver as a young male hedgehog who has traveled through time to change a ruined future. Despite coming from such a grim world, he is forthright and focused on restoring peace to the world. He's also able to get riled up, and this time around, he's going after Mephiles. He possesses some special powers which draw upon the emeralds. It is unknown how he got these powers though. Essentially think Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Now for those of you who don't know, Trunks is a Super Saiyan from the future who came back in time to destroy Frieza and also warn the Saiyans about the incoming androids. There's also a lot of other stuff going on there, but that's the main gist. But essentially, Silver was supposed to be like Trunks from the very beginning. He was supposed to be a character who not only came from the future, but also had a world that he wanted to protect. Now I would argue that over the course of these several years, this main core principle of Silver's has not changed. Oftentimes whenever Silver does end up coming from the future, he always is trying to warn someone about what's going to happen or just wants to help out. However, the way the character acts, I think, is a major distinction from what it used to be, especially with current day Silver. In Sonic 06, we see Silver grapple with his own morality. Is it okay to kill someone if it means saving the world? In the same game, we see the way he values friendship and others, and also just how he treats those who he really doesn't even know. He spent time helping Amy look for the person she was looking for without knowing it was going to be Sonic the Hedgehog the entire time. It was just sheer coincidence the two of them had the same goal. Furthermore, we get to see a more optimistic characteristic from Silver the Hedgehog towards the end of the game after seeing Sonic die. He's the only one who really stands tall and says that we can find a way to change this and basically fix everything that's been destroyed. From Sonic 06, we can gather that Silver is an optimistic, caring person who just wants to do the right thing. I don't believe he's a character who wants to get revenge, but more so one who just seeks justice and just correcting things when they're wrong. One other thing worth noting is that Silver is a very determined individual. He doesn't like giving up, and he won't concede easily. Again, a lot of these principles haven't changed, one of which we'll talk about later because one I think really has. But overall, Silver has remained the similar character as he once was back in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. However, the next big Silver appearance I think will change the narrative for this character. And I think you'll understand that even though he has these same qualities, he acts a bit differently than how he once did, which I think is actually a really welcome addition. It makes him very different than Sonic or any of the other characters we've seen. Silver is a nice character, but at the same time, he has a level of disrespect that he's not afraid to dish out. And we saw examples of this in Sonic 06 when he was basically destroying Sonic and disrespecting him, and same goes for when he was asking himself what he was doing helping out Amy. But in Sonic Rivals, we see that become a lot more clear. He robs Tails in the game and also calls him a half pint. Now why is this so important? Oh, hold on. Someone's at my door. I just got the coolest package at my door. So let's open it and see what we got. Bruh. Introducing the first 4-figure Sonic the Hedgehog 11-inch PVC painted statue. Big thanks to Mecha Japan for sending this my way because this thing is awesome. Speaking of awesome, Mecha Japan is this online store that sells more than 12,000 products from major Japanese franchises. They of course have a ton of super sweet Sonic items, but they also have Dragon Ball, Pokemon, One Piece, and so much more. With worldwide shipping, great prices, and a fantastic customer service, why wouldn't you choose Mecha Japan? But going back to the statue itself here, I mean the amount of detail on just the box itself and even inside the box is just crazy. The base that Sonic is standing on is wonderfully painted in the aesthetic of Green Hill Zone, and the checkpoint itself actually does spin. And of course, Sonic himself just looks magnificent. To get yours, check out the link in the description to get $5 off any order greater than $50. Now the reason why Silver calling Tails here a half pint in this scene is so important is because it flexes a new muscle for this character. There are also some other things in this game that Silver says to help give his character more layers, but you get the point by now. At this point, Silver is a snarky character in a way like Sonic, but also not really. In most cases, Sonic isn't snarky towards his friend, only Dr. Eggman or anyone else who decides to cross his path, but Silver seems like he can get snarky with just about anyone. It's not something he'll do all the time, but it's not something he'll also be afraid to do. He'll just do it whenever he wants to. Every other Silver appearance after this is either substance level stuff or just things that haven't changed that much to really have a conversation about. It wouldn't be until the release of Sonic Forces where I'd gain my first major gripe with this character, after finding out that Sonic the Hedgehog had quote-unquote died or just gone or whatever they want to call it. Silver says this.
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist. Sonic is gone, Amy, and Tails has just lost it.
This is my least favorite line in the entirety of Sonic Forces, and it wouldn't be so bad if Silver wasn't the one to say it. Putting the situation in context, you have to understand that at this point Sonic had been missing for 6 months. Amy, feeling sad about the situation, still hopes that Sonic is still with them. However, Silver dismays all possibility by reminding Amy that Sonic is just gone. Despite being an optimistic character, Silver provides no comfort and supports this by saying he's also a realist. There's a great graphic by the Medium website that shows the difference between an optimist, a pessimist, and a realist, and I think it really summarizes the three in a pretty straightforward and simple way. An optimist says the glass is half full, a pessimist says the glass is half empty, and a realist says, yep, that's a glass alright. An optimist is essentially looking at the potential of what the glass could be. It could be all the way full one day. A pessimist is saying, well, the glass could be empty one day. And a realist just says that there's water in the glass. I'm not saying it's impossible to be both a realist and an optimist or a realist and a pessimist, but at the same time, this is not what Silver should be. Not to mention, in a similar circumstance where Sonic was presumed to be dead in Sonic 06, Silver was able to rile everyone together and basically get them all back on board to save Sonic and the entire world. Even if Silver doesn't remember the events of 06, it shouldn't change how he responds to events that happen similarly. And even if Silver actually did think that Sonic might be dead, him killing any optimism that Amy had left really bothers me. And that's just my first major gripe. The second one might just be a me issue, but I still thought it was worth addressing anyway because it's related to Silver in a very big way. This fanbase calls Silver a cinnamon roll. I saw this image on Reddit the other day where it basically just showed the two different perspectives of Silver the Hedgehog and how one is much better than the other one, the 06 one. And I'm not going to sit here and destroy someone's opinion, but at the same time, I just think that this is just so misinformed. The reason why it's so misinformed is just because it doesn't understand what Silver the Hedgehog was supposed to be, or what he had become. Instead, it sacrifices all of that to say that he's just cinnamon roll. And I can't exactly get mad at anyone in particular, but there are some IDW issues that kind of feed into this narrative that Silver is this adorkable character. By all standards, I feel like this characterization just kind of comes out of left field because this has never once been Silver's characterization, even in its worst moments of Sonic Forces. He never was like this. Now, I'm not going to say that they ruined Silver the Hedgehog, because I don't think this version of Silver is bad, I just don't like it at all. I really do want Silver at some point to get his own spin-off game, but if he acts like this, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I need Silver going back to the way he used to be. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Silver has changed all that much over the course of these several years, or do you think he's stayed relatively the same? Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to see what you guys have to say. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe on the video if you enjoyed it, and turn on the post notifications bell so you never miss a video from me. You guys do not want to miss what I have to say. But anyway, with all that said and done, this is your boy Sonic signing out. Have a super blessed day, y'all.
Why are you playing that trash?